man. So, taking out the Slayer Max 10 today. Figured we'd go lighter. I mean, this is clearly a lot smaller, a lot lighter than the kayak we're currently in. I've said this many times. I enjoy it. I really enjoy going super simple sometimes. Not carrying as much gear, not carrying as many rods, as many baits, just having an overall lighter rig, given the situation. You know, last couple of videos were at Par D. We had the Yakabaz Gambler series. Man, it was tough. It was a grind. It was, I'm gonna say, a little boring fishing, just to be honest with you. And today, figured it would be a good opportunity, now that we can essentially go where we want to go back to that small body of water that we went to a couple weeks ago, where we got on some flip fish, some spinnerbait fish. I really just liked that area, shallow, and it looked like a promising area for the future to hold some potential. So that's where we're going, and I do think that the smaller kayak suits that perfectly. A lot of reeds over there, duckweed, definitely gonna have to paddle a little bit. That is why we're taking the Slayer Max 10 today. And yeah, I know it probably could use a wash. It's pretty dirty, but yeah, it gives the boat character. I am going light, as you can see. I mean, this thing is really stripped. I actually even took out, had a little battery up here, and I took out the transducer. Sometimes I'd use the Ray Marine on here, but I just got rid of that, just additional weight. Even though it's not much, I just took it out anyways. Got a dry bag in here, just got some tools, emergency medical kit, the stuff that you hope you don't have to use, but have it just in case. All of the accessories, by the way, that'll go in this boat to outfit it are right here. Rods, of course. One battery. We are bringing a motor today, but this is just one 24 volt, 40 amp hour Bioeno battery for the motor. Pedal drive, paddle, PFD. It's really not much. It's really just the essentials. I've got a little tool caddy right here. Some scent, marker, pliers, scissors, throttle, of course, for the motor. Paddle holder. Got this Plano Edge 3600. All the hard baits we're bringing today. Look, we got some frogs. Ooh, I hope we get on a frog bait. That would be so sick. Some jigs, a couple crankbaits, some swim baits and spinner baits back there. A couple of chatterbaits in there as well. Because I took the graph completely off, I did add this guy, the deeper flexible arm with the Deeper Pro Plus 2. This is the unit that connects to your smartphone, and you can get a quick reading of temperature, depth, structure, contour. A really handy tool. And again, the key right now with this particular setup, keep it simple, keep it light. Doesn't get much lighter than that. Oh yeah, what's in the drawer? Some lines, some sunglasses, extra fob. Really nothing in here. And then we've got our Yak-Attack Black Pack in the back with one bag of soft plastics, one box for terminal tackle, self-explanatory, a bottle of water, some sunscreen, and some food. So yeah, that's it, guys. Super simple rig, extremely lightweight. It still packs all the big, important features that are in the other kayaks I use. Speaking of, I should probably give you guys an update. So here's our current rig that we've been using all year, the TitanX 10.5. This thing's a beast, been loving it. It was a little bit of an adjustment just to transition from the old boat, but I'm dialed with this now. I mean, we've had some really good days out on the water, some good tournament success, and I really like this rig. I like the foot steering, I like the seat. It's just a very well thought out boat. Loving the dual graphs, the Mega 360 in certain situations, solid rig. But I know you guys didn't forget. I didn't forget either. I promise I didn't forget. This guy, the one we picked up about a month and a half ago, the Titan 10.5X's big brother, the Titan 12.5X that we picked up at Kayak City. Yes, I still have it. I've been ordering the parts. I wanted to get everything here and ready to show you guys most of the install work. I am going to be building this boat out myself. It's basically going to be a clone of the 10.5 with a few different things here and there. And yeah, I've got all the parts ready to go. I've got paddle holders, through hull wiring kits. I already changed the seat over, dry bag, I've got the throttle controller, lights, got a Gomexus knob, keel guard material, you know, and a lot of that stuff too on the 10.5, like the motor, paddle, all the stuff that I normally bring. It'll just transition to this boat, but the stuff that needs to be permanent, I've got ready to go. It's ready to be made. I just got to do it, so it will happen. Back over, Slayer Max 10 today. We're prepared, we're ready to go. So let's load up, make the drive to the lake, get out on the water, see what happens. Alrighty, folks. Man, what a gorgeous morning. This is quite beautiful right now, and just enjoying the scenery. Oh man, love it. Absolutely love it. Let's get started. Do a little flipping to start. I don't even know what I want to start with. Just good options. sick would it be if we got on a frog bite today? It's possible. They were definitely shallow last time, so if they're shallow and threatened by this guy, they might pop it. Something moving down there. Those are definitely carp. Definitely got some carpies up shallow. Oh yeah. Yeah, when the carp are up shallow, though, the bass are too. So carp already spawning. I don't know if the bass will be spawning, but I would say that's a good sign that there are some shallow fish to be caught. Kind of dinked around leading up to where it was the most productive last time. No luck. Saw a bunch of carp. Now we're starting to enter the zone where we got on some fish with a spinnerbait and flipping real shallow. See if these fish are still here. Got one. Out in the middle? That's weird. Good. Get us started. Little spinnerbait fish. Not really up against the cover though. Kind of just in this open pocket. Bust out the deeper a little bit later, but I'm really curious to see what the water temp is. Last time we were here was like 56, 57 I think. So these fish could be up shallow making beds or looking for beds. Definitely just scared of carp right there. One thing that's definitely different, way more carp than last time, and look at all this nasty algae. I mean, some of it's like blue. It's pretty nasty. Hope that didn't affect the fish or push them away. This is exactly where I got a handful of bites and I've yet to get a bite. Yeah, got to keep in mind though, fishing is rarely the exact same as a previous trip. You always have to keep that in mind and make little adjustments. The fish are probably in the same area. You might just have to tweak what you're doing or locate them again. Slow down a little bit, slow down a little bit. There we go. Didn't take long. They are up shallow. Old Wacky saves the day. There. I will be curious to see later, if we can still, looking around up shallow, I bet you these are bucks on beds. Again, one of the tricky parts about this body of water is getting to these shallow fish. It's hard to get to them. All these toolies you see, you'd think just by above water view that it's shallow all around, but those toolies out there, those are in like 10 foot. I mean, right now I'm probably in, well, I don't know how deep I'm in. I think if I remember correctly, it's like 3 to 5 right here, and we're casting up into 3. Well, it's probably a good moment, perfect timing for the deeper. Actually, I need to check that water temp too, so it'll be a good tool. Let's get her out and drop her in. See what we got here. All right, Well, yep, it's kind of what we thought. About 4 foot right here. Water temp is 59 degrees. Man, I tell you what, I cannot believe that I went so long. My old graphs that I had on the old Titan 10.5, those graphs actually didn't work as far as water temperature. And I cannot believe that I was okay with that, because now that I actually have graphs that read water temperature, especially this time of year, it's been so helpful. Just being able to see how it changes throughout the day. This time of year, you're kind of looking for that mid 50s to high 50s water temp for those fish to really get active, potentially on beds. And yeah, knowing that it's 59 degrees here, they're up shallow, they definitely could be on beds. But as I was saying, this depth right here is just outside the zone where I think they want to be, and why, again, it's so challenging to get to some of these fish is you just can't. There's too many reeds blocking your access, and everything out there is in like 10 foot. All right, good to know, good to know. Yeah, I guess we gotta still go wacky, right? Yeah, they're definitely up on beds here. I'm gonna wait a second and make that same cast. I bet you that fish went right back to that spot. We'll be able to catch him. We got it again. Yeah, see, that's how you know they're like that, because that one came back to that exact same spot. Just little males though. Bet you these are all single fish. Yeah, these are all little bucks. Hey, I'll take getting bit over not getting bit any day. So it looks like this may be the adjustment we have to make today compared to last time. A little more finessey. Got a bit out there. Oh, that was deeper. That fish was hanging out deeper. This could be the female staging to come in. It's a better fish, no doubt. Oh, come on, buddy. Man, this is such a dangerous area to fish. Light baits and light line. This dude has a million places he could take me. Yeah, that's one of the females. Oh, good one. Big one. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. No, that's a good one right there. So yeah, like I mentioned, these toolies on the outside, they're deeper. This must be a staging female. Thank you, girl. It's amazing, a bait like this, so simple, yet so deadly. The area I went through earlier with the frog and the spinnerbait and the flip. I was fishing over fish. Wasn't throwing the right bait. Oh man. It's a lot of fun. Alrighty. It's officially wacky season. Wacky worm season. Dude, there's got to be a pile of fish here. Realistically, you're only landing on one's head when you get a bite. They're not chasing this down or anything. Let's see, good one. Oh man, it's on today. It's a good kayak bass. Long, not very fat, but it's a long one. Give us the dance. Yeah, you've got to land on one. Got to be so many of these fish loaded up here. That first wave of spawners. There we go. I can't tell. Oh, goodness. See, I lost a little bit of tension on him. And he popped off. They don't hurt as much when it's not a tournament and you lose them. This was a tournament and I lost that fish. You guys saw last videos, Pardee, losing a couple of big fish, couple of key fish. Massive pain. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. No. No. Get up. Get up. Oh no. Did I just snag a carp? Did he eat it? Oh, great. Dude, did he just eat the Senko? Well, this isn't going to be good. Okay, it popped off. What the heck? I don't think he ate it. I must have hooked it by accident. That would have been bad. Jeez. I don't think I've actually ever caught a carp that ate a worm. It's always been an accident. Some of these areas that you'd think there'd be fish, kind of surprising they're not hitting the frog, especially if it gets over them and they're being that territorial. I think it's like spinner baits and moving baits. They don't bite them really because they're not a threat, you know? They are in their zone for just a split second and then the bait moves on. Whereas like the worm obviously just kind of flutters and sits in their zone and they gotta eat it. And it's kind of the same idea with a frog. Kind of sits above them in their zone. For whatever reason, they don't care too much to come up and smash it. At least not yet. Oh, shoot. It's sloppy now. That would have probably been a good one too, because that's on that outer, deeper edge. I got one back here. This is the area that looks super juicy, and I could not get a bite back here last time. I think this is a good one. It's one of those bigger fish hanging out a little deeper. Oh boy. Oof. Thought he was way bigger than that. Oh, they're biting today. They're biting today. Certainly makes up for the Pardee absolute grind. Just hanging out in the trees. Man, I thought these would be bigger. I thought all the little guys would be up shallow. Yeah, because these trees right here are in, well, shoot, might as well just look again. We got this for a reason. Yeah, look how deep we're sitting in. Almost 10 foot right here. Water's 59. Probably hit 60 by the end of the day. These fish are active. So there's definitely some fish out deep or kind of suspended. Cruising around, I'm guessing. I didn't do this at all last time. I did not throw a 5-inch worm really at all. Kind of curious if last time we were here we done that, we would have caught a bunch more. Y'all are kind of feeling big today. Like the head shakes seem big. Not all of them have been really that big, just a couple. This could be one of the better ones though. Looks like he's got a big old melon. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Come here. Very cool. sir. Thank you for not taking my worm. It was supposed to be. This little point, all this brush forms, wind's coming into it. I was probably just looking right out, waiting for something to land on them, and it just happened to be my worm. Yeah, there's got to be some 40, 50 pound carp in here. Holy smokes. Just giants in here. I got a little bass in the mix of all the old carpies. You want a bed? Easy, easy. Man, he's hot. He's hot. Sometimes the bass kind of spook when there's a bunch of carp around, but not these guys, not today. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there are just swarms of 25 to 30 pound carp. Some of them are pretty nasty looking. I'm actually back in an area that we started catching them earlier on the worm, but the sun wasn't out, and now it is. Kind of windy. This is one of the few protected areas, so I just want to come back here and fish it a little bit more and take a peek too. See if I actually can see any of these fish on the bed. The water's really not that clear, so it might be hard to see them. Shoot, came off. It's an area we haven't fished yet and looks very good. Similar characteristics to the areas we've been catching them in. You can actually get up closer to the bank. If there's like a flat right here, should be setting up here too. There we go. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh my god, he came off. There's the danger right there, fishing in these tulies. That was a good one. Oh my gosh. That's 3 in a row I missed.
How many did you get so far?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 10 or 12. They're all shallow.
They're all shallow?
Yeah. I just lost 3 in a row. Just a weightless worm.
Oh, okay. I got 2 small ones.
Oh, there you go.
But,
Yep.
anything big?
Like a 4-pounder. This one's pretty good too. Yeah, it's not that big.
At least you got some action.
Right. Man, yeah, last time we were here, came through the same area, not a single bite, but didn't throw the worm once. I'd love to get fancy and try other stuff, but this is just what they want today, like 100%. This is definitely the most productive way to fish today, so unless I want to start gambling and not catching fish, then I better stick with this bait. Got one. Man, that's 5 bites in the same little area. Oh, it's a big one. Oh my god. So I'm 4 for 5 missing fish in this like little cluster. That's good. But you know what, like I said earlier, not a tournament, that fish doesn't hurt as much. Wonder if that's one of the fish we lost earlier. Oh! Oh my god, what the heck? Why can't I? What is up with these fish? Here we go. Oh yeah, sweet. Another lost fish. I was asking for that though. I threw it right behind a branch, what I think was gonna happen. Jeez. Oh, I suck at fishing so bad. Oh my god, little guy. Oh, land the little ones. At least we put one in the boat. Get the confidence back up a bit. Just gotta force him a little bit more. I got one in the boat. Man, what a day this has been. It's very consistent. It's gotta be in the right area. Spawning grounds. Usually I gotta pick an area apart. If I get one bite in an area, there's definitely more. Oh. I mean, that one had to have been on a bed. Had to have been. Let me go over that area that I just caught that fish. It's way up there. You want a bed? I mean, maybe. I don't see anything. Huh. This is the money stuff you want. That tule line and some opening behind it. Oh, I got one. Guys are feisty. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our day out on the water. As mentioned in the beginning of this video, the goal, the idea today was to get in the smaller craft. Today, obviously, brought the Slayer Max 10. One of my favorite kayaks probably ever made. I don't use it as my main primary boat, like the tournament boat, just because you can't put as much stuff in it. But I'll tell you what, you can get all the essentials and all the key features from the other boats in this little small package, and I love this boat. Super lightweight, super portable. You can get really far into the tules. It paddles well, and that was our goal today, to use this smaller boat to our advantage. We come here a couple weeks ago, got on some really shallow fish up in the stuff, in the duckweed, so figured this would be a perfect situation. And it's kind of funny how fishing works. You find something one day, and then the next day or the next time you come out, it's totally different. Though there was some similarities from the last trip and this trip, didn't catch them at all how I expected. I think we got one spinnerbait fish to start. Took a while, it was up shallow. I went right to the good stuff from last time. I punched, I flipped, threw the spinnerbait around the tules, not a single bite. Figured the fish still had to be here, even though there was a massive influx of carp this time around. Just to double check that I wasn't fishing over fish, switched to the 5-inch General, black and blue. Good color for spring, good color for sustained water, and I think it was like the third cast that we got bit, and that was the ticket right there. I was fishing over fish the whole time. They were shallow, up in 2-3 foot of water. I'm guessing a lot of small males up shallow, either on beds. Again, I didn't see any beds today, but it just seemed like they were. Caught a couple of decent ones too, but some of the better fish were definitely hanging off a little bit deeper. Found a few really key areas that held the fish, and fishing it fast. I mean, you think of a worm, a weightless worm, you think of fishing it slow and it's boring. It's really not. The way I was fishing it today was just wacky style. It free floats to the bottom, fishing it in less than 4 foot of water for the most part. You fish it fast because you make a cast and it hits the bottom, or at least gets in the strike zone within 3 to 5 seconds. So if you don't get bit within 3 to 5 seconds, you just reel it fast and throw it to another target. Really what you had to do was land on one. What a fun bite, fishing in the stuff, getting back in the tules, catching numbers, catching some quality. And then the second half of the day was a totally different story as far as execution wise, and something that I continually need to work on and I'm reminded of is just getting better at landing fish, fighting fish. There's definitely an art to fighting a fish correctly to maximize your chances of putting it in the boat based on the technique you're using. Yeah, the way we're fishing today, up shallow around those tules, you're definitely gonna lose a few here and there, but man, I went on a bad streak of losing like 5, 6, 7, 8 fish, I think, in 10 different bites. So yeah, still still some learning to do there. Ended up catching a few more, nothing huge, but just a fun day out on the water in a small craft. It's lightweight, easy to move around, load up, unload, hardly anything to set up. You got your paddle, your box, your rods, you got the portable fish finder, the deeper with us, one box of tackle, a bag of plastics, and that's it. Not much at all, and I still enjoy getting out on the water and getting out on the smaller kayaks and doing this style of fishing when I can. Guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Today's day of fishing, definitely a day I needed after the debacle at Lake Pardee. As always, I thank you guys for watching, for coming along, and I'll see you guys in the next one.